All right. So we'll spend a short while looking at the summary of the 10th chapter. So the 10th chapter is called Vibhuti Yoga. So we saw this is coming after the Rajavidya Yoga, which is the ninth one, where he explains how meditation is done, etc. And here he comes to explain his Vibhuti, his glories, and he's glorifying himself in several ways, right? And why is he glorifying himself? Because Arjuna asks him to do so. Okay, so he's saying that see, starts with Arjuna saying that there are, I want to know about you and your glories, right? So the chapter starts with him, Bhagavan, saying the most important, in a way, the phrases in this chapter or the verses in this chapter. You look at the fourth and the fifth one. Buddhir jnana sammoha kshama satyam damashamaha sukham dukkham bhavo bhavah bhayam cha bhayameva cha ahimsa samata tushti tapodanam yasho yashah bhavanti bhava bhutanam matta eva prithak vidhaha. So he's saying all of these qualities, the intellect, knowledge, clarity of thought, forgiveness, truthfulness, sense control, shama, dama, sukha, dukkham, bhayam, birth, death, janma, mrityu, then fear, courage, all of this, contentment, austerity, charity, fame, and infamy, all of this, yasha, yasha, and ayasha, both being famous and being infamous. All of this, know that it arises from me. Okay, this is kind of the place where Bhagavan Krishna is telling that everything is arising from me. He's repeatedly establishing that with Arjuna. Remember that everything is arising in me. So now, then he proceeds on. So this is kind of the summary of what Krishna is trying to say. Whatever that you're experiencing as tendencies, as whatever, pretty much behavior, people, actions, things, everything that you're experiencing is arising from me. And then he goes on in the 9th verse. He says, Machitta madgata pranaha bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So he says, when devotees are fixing their minds in me all the time, ananya chintayanto mam ye janav paryupasate tesham nitya abhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamya. I give them yoga and kshema. So the same way, he says here, the one who fixes his minds on me and surrenders his life and actions and everything to me, they always remain content in me. And they derive a lot of satisfaction. They continuously derive that satisfaction. Ramantite, the ramanticha. They continuously stay and remain in me. Nityam ramanticha. And they keep talking about me. Kathayantaha. With each other. Parasparam kathayantaha. Speak with each other about me. They listen about me. They think about me. All of this we do, right? Kayena vacha manasendriyerva udhyatmanava prakrite svabhavat. So all of this, I think about Bhagavan, I speak about Bhagavan, I listen about him all the time. One who keeps doing this remains content in me. And then he goes on to say, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. The one who with loving devotion remains in me. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. To such people I give buddhi yogaha. Yena mam upayanti te. Because through that they can attain to me. I give them the knowledge and the understanding, the ones who constantly keep me in their thoughts, those who prioritize me, I prioritize them. In simple words, right? In simple words, is saying whatever you prioritize, that is what will prioritize you. Simple words in English. This is what we say in our everyday life also, right? Whatever we prioritize, essentially that becomes a priority, and hence anything that happens around it becomes so naturally. Nature also prioritizes that for us. So if I prioritize my spiritual sadhana or my association with God, my thinking about Bhagavan, my contemplation on the inner self, if I prioritize that, those aspects prioritize me, which means they start giving their grace and glories unto me. So this is what he is saying here. And then he goes on to describe, and now Arjuna is asking him this now, right? O Bhagavan, Swayam Eva Atmanatmanam. You are alone, the self in everything. Vetatvam Purushottama. You are the one who is in everything. Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha. You are the Bhuta Isha. You are there in everything. Deva Deva Jagatpate. So he is kind of now Arjuna has come to a point where he's understanding that Bhagavan or this Krishna who's standing in front of him is in everything. And then he says, Katham vidyamaham yogim tvam sada parichintayan. How do I think about you, O Bhagavan? Katham vidyam aham yogim tvam sada parichintayan. How do I keep thinking about you? You please tell me yourself. Keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintayosi bhagavan maya. How do I think about you and how do I contemplate upon you? And he also says that please describe to me your glories. Vaktum arhasya sheshe asheshena divya hyatma vibhutaya. This is the previous verse. He says, tell me all the divya vibhutis of yourself. And then Bhagavan starts from, look at the 21st verse, Adityanam aham Vishnu Jyotisham Ravihi Amshuman. From there up until the 38th verse, Bhagavan, Dando Damaitam Asmi Nitirasmi Jigishatam Maunam Chaivasmi Guhyanam Jnanam Jnanavatamham. Till there, he describes all different things that you can experience and you can think about at great things that you have experienced in your life. Bhagavan says, all of that is me. Right? And we discussed this in maybe two sessions ago, where all our experiences rise within us only. So whatever you're experiencing is your experience, whether it is when you see the world as the other. When you see the world as the other, it'll always seem that that is the world and this is me. But when you realize that everything you know of the world is only through yourself, even if somebody is coming and telling you about something about the world, that listening is happening inside you, the processing is happening inside you, the understanding is happening inside of you. The information may be coming from the outside, but the receiving is happening inside of you. So when we understand this, that this entity that is I within me is the one that is receiving, that is processing, that is assimilating and experiencing. So then you will understand that all your experiences rise from inside you only. So he is Krishna by going through different aspects in the world. Muninam apyaham vyasah, Adityanam aham Vishnuhu. By different methods, he is saying that if you look at that, that is me. You look at that, that is me. Aham, aham, aham. When he's seeing, don't look at, when he's saying, Krishna is saying aham in each one of this. I am in this, I am in this. Don't look at that I being spoken as Krishna. Look at this whole thing as though you are narrating. Look at this aham as this aham. When you see all the aham that is mentioned there as something not Krishna, somebody like Krishna narrating, it is you who is narrating. And when you meditate upon that idea, then you will realize slowly that this aham tattva is present in everything. Now, whether it's in the outside or not, you don't know, because all you are experiencing is inside only. This is what I always say, right? It's either you are everything or you are nothing. We come to one of the two recognitions. This is realization. If you are not able to think you are nothing, then you should start expanding yourself to feel that I am everything. How is this possible that I am everything? Because all your experiences are inside you only. When a nice breeze comes, it comes onto your skin, you feel good. When a mosquito bites, you feel the bite of the mosquito. When somebody shouts and insults you, you feel the pain in your heart. When somebody is crying in front of you, you feel compassion and love in your heart. When somebody is doing some horrible act, you feel angry in you. So if you know this aham tattva is inside of you, and you as that aham is the master, then all of these experiences you can also ensure that you get the experience that you want. Whatever comes from the outside, irrespective of that, if you decide this is the experience that I want the experience of joy, I want the experience of bliss, I want the experience of peace, I want the experience of silence, you can create that from experience from inside. Because this aham, 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 whenever we read this, through all of these verses, we read all of this, you pick a random verse, aksharanam akarosmi aham asmi, aksharanam akara asmi, dvandva samaka samasi samasi kasya cha, ahame vakshayah kalah dhataham vishwato mukha. I am that dhata aham. Aham eva akshayah kalah. I am that. I am that. To read this with that kind of a mental thinking, to think that everything that I'm experiencing is this. And Krishna is talking about this aham which is here. And if you're wanting to perceive Krishna, you can also perceive the same Krishna here, sitting here, and he's saying aham, 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 aham. So that he does till the 30th verse, 38th verse, and then he goes on to say that 38, 39. Yacchapi sarvabhutanam bijam tadaham aham arjuna na tadasti vina yasyat yatsyat maya bhutam characharam. Without me, nothing can move here, because I am the bija, the seed of everything. And then he closes the chapter by saying, Athava bahunaitena kinyatena tavarjuna. இதெல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சு என்ன பண்ண போற? Right? Know that eka amshena sthito jagat. Everything that you see here is present just by one amsha of me. A small amsha of me. Eka amshena sthito jagat. This whole jagat that you are experiencing, that you are perceiving, that you're perceiving is standing on one amsha of me. So he is bringing Arjuna from explaining the glories and starting to bring Arjuna to see within himself, so that when then he goes on to the 11th chapter, now Arjuna will then ask him, what is this one amsha that you are saying all of this? Can you give me a glimpse of what it is? Can you show me? Can you manifest it to me? And then Krishna will start showing that all of this is in preparation to that. Arjuna requires all of this preparation to be able to go antarmukha, to go inwards, and antarjyoti, bahirjyoti, pratyakjyoti, parat paraha, to have that experience now. Arjuna is going to have that experience where he's seeing inside. When he sees inside and he sees outside, he is able to see that beauty, that expanse, that glory, that light, brilliance on the outside also. So this is the journey of Vibhuti Yoga, and which is the reason why Krishna is doing this, because it's by hammering these ideas constantly, the mind, that is how, like Swami Vivekananda says, the process, spiritual process is dehypnotizing yourself. You have now been hypnotized to believe that you're the body, you're the mind, you're the intellect, you're the senses, you have a name, you have this form, you are this, so in this identity, you have this attachment, you have this possession. These are all hypnosis. Swami Vivekananda says the whole spiritual sadhana is dehypnotizing yourself from all of this. So how is that possible? By telling that no, you're not this, you're not this. Whole Upanishad says neti, 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 neti. So by saying, then here he's not saying no, 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 not this, not this. Krishna is saying wherever you see it is I, that I, that I, that I. You're seeing the I everywhere. So establishing that. So by dehypnotizing your assumption of your identity of who you are and bringing you out of that hypnosis, it has to be done by repeated narration. So Krishna is doing that through this chapter. Okay, so next week we will start with the Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, 11th chapter. Okay. Oh,
Nisargadatta அவரோட புக்லயும் says தொடர்ந்து கேட்கிறார் how to realize myself அப்படின்னப்போ it says simply know what you are not அப்படின்றது ஒரே வார்த்தை know what you are not. That is easier than knowing what is Brahman.
Correct. Know what you are not, Ama. That process, whatever remains is that.
Very nice. Good.
Very nice. Very nice. Super. Om Kayena Vacha Manasendriyerva Buddhyatmana va Prakrite Svabhavat Karomi Yatyat Sakalam Parasmai Narayanayeti Samarpayami Sadashivayeti Samarpayami Jagadambikayeti Samarpayami Sadgurunathayeti Samarpayami Hari Om Tat Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.